Hey, thanks for pulling out your pocket, Roni. We're going to be working problems with positive and negative exponents. As a reminder, when you change the sign of the exponent, you have to change the place of the base. Or if you change the place of the base, you have to change the sign of the exponent. Okay? So this is 19E, number 15. It is x times y squared times x to the fourth times y to the negative 1 all over x to the negative 3 times y to the fourth. What exponent is on this x? Yes, it's a 1. So if you want to write a 1 to remind you, that is fine. There are several different ways you can do these problems. You can either, you see that you are multiplying the bases up here, so when you're multiplying the bases, you add the exponents. You can either combine your x's by adding your exponents, then combine your y's, watch the signs, and then you're dividing. When you divide the same bases, you subtract your exponents. I don't particularly like doing the problems that way because it starts getting confusing of watching your signs when you're subtracting negative numbers. Okay? So the way I like to do it, the tip I always like to say is one line. Put everything on one line. In other words, rewrite your numerator, x to the first, y squared, x to the fourth, y to the negative 1. That doesn't change. Now take everything in your denominator and move it up to the numerator. When you move everything up to the numerator, when you change the place of the base, you have to change the sign of your exponent. So when I want to move the x, this x to the negative 3 up, I have to change the sign of my exponent. It now becomes x to the positive 3. Moving my y to the fourth up now becomes y to the negative 4. So now everything in my denominator has been moved up to everything with my numerator. Everything is being multiplied at this point, so it's a matter of just adding your exponents, adding positive and negative numbers. If you want to rewrite to where your x's are all together and your y's are all together, you can do that because multiplication is commutative. So you can move the x's and y's around and your answer will still be the same since multiplication is commutative. Okay? Now combining your exponents with all your x's, 1 plus 4 is 5, 5 plus 3 is 8, so that's x to the 8th. Watch your signs. 2 plus a negative 1, or 2 minus 1, is a positive 1. A positive 1 and a negative 4 is a negative 3. Y to the negative 3. And that will be your final answer for that. Again, as a reminder, in algebra, things are put in alphabetical order, so you put your x first. Here is another option of writing your answer. If the instructions say to write with a positive exponent, remember you can make any number a fraction by putting it over a 1. If I want y to be a positive exponent, I have to change the place of it and put it down the denominator. So this answer can be written as x to the 8th over y to the positive 3. These are the same way. It's just a different format of writing it. This is writing it all on one line. This is writing it with positive exponents. Either way is an acceptable answer. Now moving on to 19A, number 16. As I'm looking here, I have c to the 0 times b to the negative 3 times c cubed times b all over c to the negative 3 times b to the fourth. What exponent is on this b? A 1. What does c to the 0 equal? 1. Anything to the 0 power equals 1. So this can be replaced with a 1. Not c to the 1, just a 1. 1 times anything is itself. Again, I think that the easiest way to work these problems is to put everything on one line. In other words, rewrite your numerator just the way it is. Then move everything from the denominator up to the numerator. Move that c to the negative 3 up. Move that b to the fourth up. But when you move those bases, you have to change the sign of your exponent. So moving the c to the negative 3 up now becomes a c to the positive 3. Moving the b to the fourth up now becomes b to the negative 4. Now you can combine same bases. Combine all your b's together Everything is being multiplied, so you add your exponents. Negative 3 plus a positive 1 is a negative 2. Negative 2 and a negative 4 is a negative 6. I'm going to rewrite that so you can see it. That would be a b to the negative 3 plus 1 minus 4, and a c to the 3 plus 3, adding your exponents. On your b's, b, negative 3 plus 1 would be negative 2, c to the 6, negative 2 minus 4. You're in debt 2, you're in debt more 4, so you're completely in debt of 6. So b to the negative 6, c to the 6th. You can leave your answer like that, or if you want to write it with positive exponents, in order to make the b to the negative 6 a positive exponent, you need to move it down into the denominator and change the sign of the exponent, and it would look like this. C to the 6 over b to the 6. These are the same answer, it's just a different format of writing it. Either way is acceptable to me.